Hey, everybody. Welcome to our personal style assessment special training that Val and I are hosting. My name is Greg,
And my name is Val.
and she is amazing, as she
Not
will
sure who
tell
this
you
Val
herself.
is.
And we're very excited to be able to meet with you this evening. And I'm guessing we have a lot of folks in North America with us today because of the time of day that it is. Maybe some folks from Australia and New Zealand as well. For us in North America, it's after work. So hope you had a great day at work and a successful day at that. So very glad that you're here. Now, we're not going to waste time. We're going to get right into it. So I got a problem with my mouse that it's just charging right now. So Emily's going to run my slides here. Um, okay, so let us know where you're joining us from. That would be really cool. If you're on here with us, just let us know where you're coming in from. It'd be fun to see where you're at, um, and it'd just be cool to connect with you in that way. Yeah, so that'll happen. All right, Emily, we can go ahead and add to the stage. She is saying, one moment, please. South Africa. Wow, you're up early.
Or late.
uh, Actually, no, Emily. I'm gonna see if I have enough power here on my mouse now. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm just gonna have a look. See if I've got it. 1%. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Personal style assessment. Over here, you're going to do this. There we go. Okay, so why are we doing this? Well,
Plug it in between while you're going over a page.
okay. Uh, why are we doing this? Well, the personal style assessment is part of day 2 of our training in the 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone Challenge. There was too much content, valuable content within this document itself and how it works and everything that we just couldn't cover it within the time frame of session 2 of our 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone Challenge. So during this week, there are several things that we're going to be talking about, like our VIP. We're going to have our VIP sessions available to everybody. I'm going to talk about that in at later on, and also 2 courses. One is the God First process, which is all about your spiritual life. Like if you understand the God First process, your spiritual life goes 2.0. If you've wondered what is the more of your spiritual life, it's God First process. You get locked into that, and I'll tell you what, the things that you've been looking for in your prayers, in your Bible study, in your church attendance, your worship, everything you've done will make sense. It ties it all together, and it just elevates your own spiritual self-image at a way that nothing else that I've ever seen can. So it's very powerful, and just want to encourage you to avail yourself of that course. And then we also have the Advanced Build a New Reality course, and that one came out of our 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone Challenge. So throughout the week, we're going to be talking about that, but we wanted to do this special training to give it enough time so that you'd have a chance to go through it and actually see and get an understanding of where you're at and what your preferences are, because that's really what this is going to evaluate. So I'm just going to start talking and go through this document with you. And it doesn't take a long time. We should be done, within 45 minutes to an hour. We took a lot of questions this morning or this afternoon when we did it. So, but we'll go as long as we need to here. So, all right. So here's where it came from. So this personal style assessment is from Bill Hybels' Willow Creek Community Church out of Chicago. And they designed it for their network program, which was their small group system. And it was one of the things that they used to train up their leaders and anybody that was volunteering. so that they could understand how people were energized, how they were organized. And so they developed this whole thing there. I think Greg Busby was one of the people. There's three people involved. I can't scroll to it at the moment. That's okay. Okay, we'll pass it when we pass it. Here we go. You're energized and organized in a particular way that makes sense to you. It's your personal style, your own set of preferences. Your personal preference is important to understand as it governs how you interact with people and within situations. There's nothing right or wrong about any individual's personal style. It's just how we are all wired. We all prefer to do things in certain ways. And it's what makes the variety of life so intoxicating, right? Nobody's the same about anything. And that's what makes life interesting. Preferring to do something a certain way is perfectly fine to do.
Mhm.
Otherwise, misery would be your only company. Your personal style is where you find the energy and creative spark to exist in the best version of yourself. It's where life's meaning is cultivated, strengths and gifts are utilized to their fullest, and loving relationships are established and nurtured. When you understand this, like this is useful at work, this is useful in your marriage, in your parenting style, this is useful in church if you volunteer at church. This is valuable in every area of your life. You'll understand yourself so much better. However, when your preference overrules other people's preferred way to do things, then conflict will be the outcome. Learning about your personal style will help you to understand why certain things tick you off so much and why you like to do things the way that you do. Now think about it. Think about times that your spouse or somebody in your work group or somebody, a friend of yours is doing something and it's just not the way you like to do it. And it just gets you frustrated and angry because they're not doing it the way you like to do it. Well, if you understand the other person's preference, then you'd relax and go, that's the way they want to do it. Fine. They could do it that way. It's their preference, not mine. And that's how you can learn. Like when you understand your personal style and you understand the people around you, what their personal style is, then you're able to get along a whole lot better. And you'll become a better leader. And some of this stuff is focused toward that type of thing of leadership in in these kind of situations. There's a proverb that goes like this. It's kind of a joke proverb. The man that thinks he's leading yet has no one following him is just taking a walk. Isn't that the truth? When you understand personal style, you'll be in a position to lead people in ways that they prefer to be led. Not only will they be happier and more productive, they'll enjoy being around you because you get them. I've used this personal style assessment in a wide variety of settings, and it's worked to improve morale and the level of work being done every single time. Understanding this simple thing gives you a leadership superpower, the power to make people around you feel valued, heard, and important, the power to achieve goals and accomplish meaningful objectives with a team without conflict. Now that's priceless, isn't it? You know, I got into this when I was pastoring a church and I had staff. So I thought I was being, the most amazing of leaders because I could, I would go through my day and I would sit down with my staff members and I would lead them how I preferred to be led. Had no regard for what their style was. I didn't understand any of this. But when I learned this and I went through this for myself and I found out that I was I was a structured, task, people-oriented person. I was right on the line. You'll see this in a minute. I was right on this line, but I was way out in this unstructured area. So I was leading everybody like they were unstructured, task-oriented people. So you can imagine what kind of chaos that created in some people's lives. Well, one of our staff members, she seemed frustrated all the time, and I thought, what's going on? I'm a great pastor. I'm a great leader. I'm leading her how I like to be led. I'm treating her just like I would treat myself, and it wasn't working for her. She wasn't happy, frustrated. And I was like, wow, I don't understand. So when I got her this document and had her go through it and fill it in, well, she did that, and I found out that she was structured, people oriented. And so I'm going to explain that in a minute. And so I started to lead her that way. I started to lead her in that manner. And she was happy as a pig in mud. She could do her job because I gave her a list of things to do, a timeline, staple them at this quarter, and just told her exactly what I wanted to do and talk with her. How do you think you would do that? Okay, we'll put that in there. And we discussed it and worked it out until she felt completely strong in what she was going to be doing. And then off to work she went, working off her list, checking it off, and then everything done perfectly, singing as she did it. It was amazing to me. And it pointed out something really important, is that everybody has their own personal style. So as you work through this personal style for yourself, we found out something about this Japanese thing. I got this from what's his name?
Stephen Covey.
Stephen Covey. I read it in his book, The Sword, the Jewel, the Mirror. Apparently, it's connected to some Japanese sun goddess or something like that. So it's so it's not necessarily a great thing, but it came from a business book, and I dropped it in here. So the Japanese have an ancient awareness of three things: the sword, the jewel, and the mirror. The sword represents honor and military might, power to conquer, defend. The jewel represents money or benevolence, asset, the power of influence, or abundant wealth. The mirror represents self-knowledge and the ability to understand your own heart and your own ways. And they teach the children to value the mirror, because once you know yourself, there's a very, very good chance that you're going to be able to have a lot more mercy and compassion for everybody else around you. There's an ancient Hebrew proverb that also merits mention, and it's to act. This is Proverbs 19, verse 2. To act without knowing how you function is not good, and if you rush ahead, you will miss your goal. Learning about your preferential style will reveal how you function. It will help you reach your goals. This assessment will help you to know yourself better, and so let the adventure begin. We're going to go into the next page, and we're going to start working through this and filling it out. I'll go through the directions first, and then I want to bring up another document, which is Emily. She had filled in a document just to give you an example of what it's like. So here's the instructions. Read each statement and circle the number along the continuum that best describes what you would prefer to do or be. If you have a strong preference, meaning that this is like me all the time, circle a 1 or a 5. If it's a moderate, circle a 2 or a 4. There are no right or wrong responses. Just be as honest as you can be about how you prefer to do things. Do not answer according to how you feel other people might expect you to answer, like a family member, a spouse, a person in authority, a friend. It's your preference, not theirs. So being absolutely honest and authentic is the best way to fill this out. Select the behavior or perspective that would most naturally come to you if you knew there were no restrictions or consequences for your personal expression. So you're free to be you, is what this is. Free to be yourself. Just be yourself. Let yourself be you. Be authentic. Be yourself. When you've completed your assessment, total your E and O scores, then plot your results on the graph. And now I'm going to stop the screen share and go to the other one. Stand by, please. There we go. Okay. So how are you energized? So we'll go through these first 7 questions and then, or statements, and you fill in the number as according to the directions. So here it says, I am more comfortable doing things for people or being with people. So if you are 100%, you love doing things for people, you circle a 1. If you're 100%, You're more comfortable being with people, then you circle a 5. And then if it's moderate, you do a 2 or a 4. And if it's neutral, either way, you do a 3. When doing a task, I tend to focus on the goal. Remember, if you're all the way on focusing on goals, you're a number 1. If you're all the way on focusing on relationships, you're number 5. If you're moderate, you're 2 or 4. If you're neutral, you're 3. I get more excited about advancing a cause or creating community. So where are you on that continuum? I feel I have accomplished something when I've completed a job or built a relationship. So on that continuum, where are you in that regard? It's more important to start a meeting on time or when everyone gets there. Now, if you're flexible like Emily is, it's like, okay, we'll start it when it started. Or if it's really important, it's number 1. Or if you're more, hey, que sera, when everyone gets there, you're a number 5. I'm more concerned with meeting a deadline or maintaining the team. So decide that one, circle the number. I place higher value on action or communication. So now total everything up and you get your E total. So E equals how are you energized? That equals 22. Okay. So you write that down. Yours could be 17, could be, what's the maximum? 35, could be 35. So whatever your total is, that's what it is. All right. Next is how are you organized? So in life, I prefer to be spontaneous or follow a set plan. So pick your number. Number 2, I prefer to set guidelines that are general or guidelines that are specific. Number 3, I prefer to leave my options open or settle things now. I want to get it done right now. Number 4, I prefer projects that have variety or routine. Number 5, I like to play it by ear or stick to a plan. Where are we at? Number 6, I find routine boring or restful. How do you like routine? Is it boring to you or is it restful to you? Number 7, I accomplish tasks best by working it out as I go or by following a plan. Again, it's the continuum. 1 is you always want to work it out as you go. 5 is always following a plan, and you know the rest. So then give your total. How are you organized? O equals whatever your number is there. Okay, so now we're going to go over here and we're going to read the scoring sheet, what it all means here. Okay, so it says, take the total number from your O scale and place an X where you find it along the horizontal line that has the labels unstructured and structured. So here's the unstructured over here. See my mouse waving around here. And then the structured is over here. Try to get it big again. There it is. So that's the scale. So if you had, like Emily did, 25, she found 25 on the scale, and that's where she put the X on that horizontal line. Take the total number from your E scale and place an X where you find it on the vertical line that has task and people. So up here we have task up at the top. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. And you see the people down at the bottom here, okay? Down here. So you put your X on the line wherever that was. So if it was 28, you'd have an X on the 28 here. Now, the next instruction is along the O scale, draw a vertical line from the bottom to the top through the X you place there. So in Emily's case, the line would go all this way. It would just be a straight line all the way straight down like that. And then same on the E scale. So then you draw a line right across through the other line that you just drew. And where the lines intersect, that is where you are. Your personal style is indicated at the intersection where the two lines cross. Okay? So those lines are crossing. And now, in Emily's case, here she is a people structured person. Myself, I was way out over here. I was right in this area. Right in this area there. Way out in the unstructured in task people, almost right on the line task people. Okay. So now you have figured out what your personal style is. So circle it. Which one are you? Are you task unstructured, task structured, people unstructured, or people structured? So which one are you? And this is just a snapshot for today, by the way, but this will be your preferences. Some of this stuff's genetic, honestly, because you'll end up preferring the same things that, like Val prefers to do things. It's a little thing, but it's like she inherited it from her grandmother, and it's the recycling of rags.
No, it's not the recycling. It's the path. It starts out as a dishcloth, then it goes to floor cloth, and then it might become a rag, and then it goes to the garbage.
There, that's the path. So that's her preference of doing things like that, and it's interesting. So, you have this structured task unstructured, task structured, people unstructured, people structured. So now, what the heck does all this stuff mean? Okay, personal style explanations. If you are unstructured, if you're in this category, then you prefer a lot of options and flexibility. You enjoy variety. You don't prefer to be told what to do, but rather an overview of what needs to be done and the goal of the outcome. You can usually figure things out and get the job done right. If you're leading an unstructured person, avoid using lists of tasks. They'll feel like you're trying to control them and will be frustrated by it. Provide them with a general task outline. Let them know the ultimate goal and the reason for the work being done. Then let them do their job. Unstructured people prefer spontaneous relationships that happen on the go. Being unstructured does not mean you are disorganized. It's just your preferred way of working and relating to others. So a person who's unstructured could be the most organized person on the planet. Yeah. They just prefer not to be told what to do. They prefer to figure it out themselves. They prefer to make the plan themselves, and they'll go do it. Now, if they're on a team, you want unstructured people at certain points in your team or your staff or on your volunteer team in the church, that if you're leading a group or something like that, you need unstructured people because they'll just go and do stuff, and they can get stuff done. A structured person, if you're in this category, then you like to work from lists and detailed plans. You like order and predictability. In a team setting, you'll prefer receiving a list of tasks with clear timelines and accountabilities. If you're leading a structured person, you provide them with the list of tasks that need to be done and exactly when they need to be completed by, along with details of how to do the work. If you try to lead them without the lists and the overview of exactly in the discussion around the plan and involve them in the planning, they'll become frustrated and they'll feel like you don't care about them or what they are or with what they're doing. It's really unusual. Like a lot of conflict in church, I bet you, is because of preferential styles. That people are just having a style conflict. Even fights in marriages is just preference conflict. That's it. And when you understand this, it can actually, grease the wheel of having
the stories we could tell.
Yes. We got t-shirts on this stuff. Okay. All right. If you're a task-oriented person, if you're in this category, then you get energized by doing things. It's easy and refreshing for you to sit down and plan out a project, recruit a team, hammer out the details, get the job done. You don't mind working behind the scenes, and you really don't care much for recognition. Getting the job done is the goal and the real energy point for you. Now, if you're leading a task-oriented person, they'll want to get down to business right away and talk later, or talk while you're doing the job. That's not being antisocial, it's being task-oriented. Chit-chat and small talk at the beginning of meetings may annoy you because it's not related to the task at hand. If you prefer to get it done, work first, visit second. That's the motto of a task-oriented person. If you're a people person, if you're in this category, then you get energized by interacting with people. Relationships are key to you. People orientation follows this credo. Visit first, work later, then visit some more. Building relationships is most likely one of your main core values. It's the most meaningful work that you can imagine. In a team setting, you prefer to chat and visit at the beginning of meetings until everyone has a chance to settle in. Then you get down to the business at hand. If you're leading a people-oriented person, then take time to get to know about other areas of their life outside of work. Be genuinely interested in them. Do this prior to providing the list of tasks and that need to be accomplished. If you hit them with tasks right away, they'll feel frustrated and think you don't care about them as a person and only care about your work. Visit first, work second. Now, I had to learn this with my staff member because, she'd come in for a meeting and planning at the beginning of a week, and I'd be right down to business right now. All right, let's get the job done. Bam, 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 bam. And then she'd leave, and then it wouldn't get done right. And I'd be like really confused. I gave you the instructions. I told you what to do. I thought that you understood, and it wasn't understood. Until I changed, had her fill this all out, and then she figured out she was that structured people person. So at the beginning of our meetings, I was like, "Hey, what'd you do on the weekend? Where'd you guys go? Hey, you went to the lake. Oh, what'd you do on the lake? How'd the kids enjoy it? What did they do? Did you stay overnight?" It was all this question about the family and everything that was going on with their family. And it was awesome. And then we got down to work, got the planned out, made the list, did all the stuff, talked about it. Off to work she went, singing, happy as a pig in mud. So I had to learn it. And it's something that is so worth learning. So, question. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions about this? And where did you find yourself in all of this? Where did you find yourself in all of this? And I'm going to get this off of here.
Plug in your mouse.
I see Sylvia is asking, can I use this assessment for a class that I've taught? Yes, of course you can. Yep. Go ahead. Because I borrowed it from, it's called the Network Participants Guide by Bruce Bugsby, Don Cousins, and Bill Hybels. I think it was copyrighted something in 1994, 95, somewhere in there. And great resource. I think this is probably the one resource I've used the most from my pastoring days when I was leading that church. Mm-hmm. All right. Any other questions at all? I can't see anything coming in.
Well, you have the same screen I do. So, Lucy, you have to map it out on the chart. So on the E scale, E is which way? Can you bring it back up again?
Yeah, I'll bring it. Just give a sec here, Lucy. Just hang on. I'll bring it up on the screen.
Oh, I
Okay.
could have done that.
All right. So you're 23 for E, so that's vertical. So you're just by the number 24.
So that's just in the people section.
Yeah.
This
So you're right.
people is on the bottom in the 23 there.
Yeah, you're right in there. And then on your other one is 27. So you're pretty close to where Emily is,
Wow.
where her star is. So you're a people structured person. That's your preference. People structured. So think about that for yourself, Lucy. Do you prefer that when you're talking with somebody about you're going to do something, do you prefer to have everything planned out and everything mapped out and then you feel better about it? Or do you just go and be really spontaneous? Or does that really make you feel nervous? Well, see, as a people structured person, you're probably better with the planning and better with the list of things.
So Casimira's is interesting. So on the O, she's 15. So that's the horizontal.
O is horizontal. Yeah. 15. Okay. That's about here.
So she's unstructured. She's in the unstructured side. And then she's right in the middle in the people, the E, energized. What's 21?
21?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I was too, Casimira. I was right on 21 on the O and around, I think it was around 15 or 16. So I was in this area. And if you're at the 14, then wow. So what does that mean for us?
It's like balance between people and structure.
Exactly.
Task,
yeah.
But unstructured. And we had this discussion this morning that unstructured people, and Greg said this, it doesn't mean you're disorganized. It just means that you know how to organize your own list of tasks. And like I like to organize my own list of tasks. I think I haven't done this assessment for quite some time, but I would probably be a little over on the unstructured side. And I think I would probably fall really close between people and task. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer. There's no negative answer. It's just about understanding, oh, that's why I prefer things that way.
Yeah, it's interesting, Casimira. Like it's, yeah, you're right out same place I am. And it's like you have this, you can get along with people. You really enjoy people, but you also like getting stuff done at the same time. And, so you're probably, I don't know. I find, I'm just going to say, Casimira, people like us, we're really balanced.
Oh, brother.
Oh, you can hear Val's eye roll from. Okay, Connie, she got an E24016. So E24. Okay, so that's down here. And then 016 is out here. So you are right in this area. People unstructured.
Actually, she's between the 14 and the 18. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
You're still
People
in the
unstructured.
But yeah.
Awesome. So for you, Connie, because you're people unstructured, you like to visit and you like to do that kind of stuff, but you like to figure stuff out for yourself. So in a group setting, if somebody's trying to tell you what to do, Connie, you need to do it this way, this way, this way, this way. It bugs you. It kind of grates you the wrong way. It's like trying to pet a cat against its grain of its hair. It doesn't like it. So that way, you can feel really, really happy about being around people but you're better off allowing, getting in an environment where people will let you do what you can think you can do.
The whole being on the line between people and task is a good example is Greg literally works down here in the office all day. He'll come up for air, for a coffee, for a drink, for a meal, come back down to his office, literally work by himself for hours. And then and he's happy doing that. In fact, he's probably really happy doing that he's not being interrupted. But he can go out for a day and visit with people, and people think Greg's an extrovert because he interacts with people so well, but he's actually an introvert. But he's balanced. I see that now. He's balanced between the task and people, so he can do both. And too much time, like I said this morning or this afternoon, I said I can see it on his face when he's had too much peopling. It's like his eyes glaze over and he starts looking around the room, and I'm like, he's done. Like, he's done. And it's not that he's bored of people or doesn't want to be with them. It's just his energy is done. He needs to go home and refuel.
Yep. Yep. That's right. All right. Trudy, E29023. So you are people structured. So you like the list, you like people.
You're
so,
strong people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're deep in people. So that's why you're deep in people.
I need to do this assessment again.
This is why you like to visit so much, Trudy. It's why you like to talk. When you get into a group, you're talk, and get kind of frustrated when they want to start.
I mean, that's an
the
assumption.
Meeting. Well, a person that deep in people, they'd be like that.
Yeah.
I'm certain of that.
Yep.
Okay, Michelle, you are saying E22 and O21. Wow, you're right in the middle of all of it almost. So E22 is just below, and then 21's right in the middle. So you are just into people, but you're split between structure and unstructured. So either way, you're good either way.
Yeah, it just means you can function in both.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just because you're on one side more than the other doesn't mean you can't function in the other. It just means you're more energized, like in the energy scale between people and task. That's what energizes you.
Yeah.
So yeah, knowing that really helps you, because if you don't understand how you function like this, then I used to feel this way. I would feel guilty that I wasn't more like another person, like Miss Love Bubbles,
Susie.
And that's nobody in particular. It's like, oh, why can't I be more like them? Because that's not how you function.
Yeah.
She might not be good with, going through a list of tasks as well as you, or as energized as you.
All right, Carrie is 1919. So you're in the task unstructured category. You're just into it. Like where my mouse is there, that's about where you're at. Right there. So you're firmly in task unstructured.
Like Trudy said, I do like to visit and talk. Task, I do thrive on relationships. Task must be done, but I'd rather talk about it.
Love that. And it's funny. Your preference. That's it. That's just like it kind of shines a light on your uniqueness.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it really does. Your uniqueness.
Yeah, Casimira said, that's why I'm perfect for my retail job. Love people and still want to get the orders out. Yeah. When my partner and I used to pack our orders for our business, we would talk the whole day. Like we got both, and because we knew what we were doing in our order packing, we got it all done. We moved it along, but we did a lot of talking at the same time.
Oh yeah. Well, Rose, it can work for, like, you can use this and adapt it for family and in-laws. Like,
she's just,
I know you're making a joke.
Wishing she would have had it before now.
Yeah. When your daughter brings home a boy and he's got to take this style assessment, make him take it. Well, that's amazing. Awesome. Well, I want to take a couple minutes and just share with y'all a little bit about the VIP. We'll come back to you, Gordon, in just a second, if that's okay. I want to get to, here it is. So what we have is this week with everything that we have going on. Trying to get to where I need to be here. Close that. There we go. And what we have during the week is we have our regular morning sessions, 10 a.m. They go about 90 minutes of teaching. Then we have Q&A, and then we have a half-hour break, and then we have a VIP at 12:30 Mountain Standard Time in the afternoon. And in the Q&A, we take you behind the scenes, or in the VIP, we take you behind the scenes into the heavenly realm, and we're going to show you some stuff that's there, and that'll help you to create at another level that gets you 2.0. So this might click for you, 3-day VIP experience to sync up with the Holy Spirit, get face to face with Val and myself, and go deep on building your new reality. It's only $57, and you can get videos, all the tools, and real talk is included and all that. So you get videos of every session of the 3-day challenge. You get exclusive VIP videos and worksheets and MP3s of the morning sessions. And all of it's only $57, and it's less than a decent dinner or a couple of coffees, because coffee is expensive these days. When it all goes down, it is 12:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Zoom. So you'll get the link as soon as you sign up. You get the link for all 3 VIP sessions. And what you're getting into on day 1 is what to do before you speak. So I take you into 3 encounters that the Father took me into in the heavenly realm, where he showed me the way that he creates. He showed me what to do with my thoughts and before I say something, because there's a way to speak that is creative in its function. So in that is what you'll learn on the first day, and it's several different steps, but when you employ it and when you do it, it's amazing. And I was reminded of the first thing that I did with regard to that type of creating, and within 2 weeks, that thing came to pass. Like it was stunning to me, and I was really pleased. So I've used it over time in different situations, and it's like one of these. It takes building it into your habit. Otherwise, you forget that you know it. You know what I mean? That's why I like doing the 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone challenge all the time, so I can get refreshed and reminded, do this again, man. It worked so good the last time. The second day, create with the Holy Spirit. So you'll discover how the Holy Spirit works to help you to create your fullest potential. You'll learn his language, how to align your heart, your mind for him to flow in and through you effortlessly. When you dream together with him, all things become possible. So you're going to learn his language. You'll learn a process of aligning your thought, your heart, your mind with him, and how to do that. And then day 3, we have hot seat coaching. We pick 3 people for real talk. Me and Val dig into where they're at and where they want to go, and hand them the keys to make it work. It's not just advice. It's something that we want to help people. So if you are in the VIP, you can apply to be in the hot seat. We're choosing 3. Emily's going to make the selection. And then Val and I work with each one for about 20 minutes. So it's like a one-on-one on your new reality for 20 minutes. And we'll work with you. If you're observing this in the VIP, got to tell you, it is very, very powerful, that you will learn a lot about yourself. You'll learn a lot about your situation from seeing someone else diagnose their situation. So it's a very powerful thing. So you can join the VIP for only $57, and that's it. It's like a pair of jeans you wear a couple of times or half a steak. You'd forget it by the next week. But this could shift how you see everything. It really can. This could be your defining moment, the VIP. You know, I've had life transforming moments in our VIP sessions, and I'm running them. And I have these encounters with God that change my life. Same can happen for you. So there's no pressure, just an invite to something that might surprise you. So if you're ready to jump in, just hit the button. Here's what happens when you do. It'll bring up this payment thing that you can see here. And it'll ask you for your email, your first name, or your full name, your address. Now, if you're already set up in our system, it may only ask you for your email, and everything else will be populated automatically. You can add the God First process to your order and buy it at the same time. And all you have to do is click this button, and it will automatically update your cart. So you can see it added it to there. And if you want to remove it, you can just take it off, and it's back to $57. So we'll add it, and it's 204. And then you can choose your payment method, whether it's a credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay, PayPal. There's lots of payment options that you can have, that you can make with this particular cart that we have there. So just wanted to share that with you. So thank you for letting me do that. And we'll come back to our thing over here.
And if you let me add it, I can scroll for you.
It's over on this screen. You wouldn't be able to access it.
See.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I saw Gordon. Okay. E22022. That's interesting. 2222. So wow. So you're just off the line into people structured. Very interesting. So you're kind of like the Swiss Army knife, Gordon, you know, in relationships and in tasks, and you know, you're so close to being right in the middle.
It means that you lean into the preference of people structured, but I think you could probably very easily function in all four quadrants if it was required. But that's where your preference is.
Yeah.
Then Psalm 91, I'm not sure who that is saying, how can I be in the middle? What does this mean? She's like 21.
Well, here's a caution, is that it's important to go through this and not be afraid of what people are going to think about you. And often, even if you're the only person who's ever going to see a result, you may be second guessing your choices. But if you're at 21, it just means that you're comfortable in all of these different quadrants. That's all it means.
Very similar to Gordon.
Yeah, like you're able to function, and doesn't matter what the quadrant is. You're equally comfortable being task unstructured and task structured, people unstructured, people structured. Your preferences can be encompassing like that. So it's no right or wrong answer. It just is. That's the way you are. That's the way you prefer things. Fantastic. Yeah, that's you. Then we got Summit Flight Training, E27017. E27 down here, and then 017. People unstructured is where you sit, right about here. Whoops, I'm on the wrong place here. So what is that again? E27017. E27 and 017. So you're right about there where my mouse is. That's where you're sitting. So you're in people unstructured. So you enjoy visiting with people, but you don't like it when people tell you this is how to do it. You don't like micromanagement at all. You know, you're like, just let me do my thing. I'll report back to you.
You know, sometimes an unstructured person, as they're being given the general plan of the task at hand, they might already be formulating in their head, yep, that's how I'll do that. Yep.
Yep.
They're saying it in their head, yep, check, yep. Now, do you need any help? No, I got it. I have a plan here. I think I know how to get this done.
Yeah.
I'll go do that.
Exactly.
Right? Whereas structured, and it doesn't, again, no right or wrong. Structured might be more just tell me how you want it done, and I'm happy doing it the way that you want it done. I just want to get it done.
Yeah. Now, if you've not yet registered for the 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone Challenge, I encourage you to do so. You can just go to 3daycomfortzone.com, and that will get you to the registration page. Just fill in your name and email address there and click the button, and then choose how you want to join the challenge, whether on Facebook or YouTube. And that will get you to that next step. And then it's about accepting the terms and conditions, both of Facebook and of YouTube, depending on which one you choose. And then you're into the group. And that is how you join the challenge for the 3-day Comfort Zone Challenge. We're giving away prizes. On Tuesday, we give away a VIP session. On Wednesday, we're giving away the God First process. Now, I want to tell you a second about God First, is that if you are looking to transform your spiritual life, the God First process is the fastest, most direct way that I know of today to have that happen. And I mean, it doesn't take months and months. I'm talking about days and weeks that you get into this and you buy into the ideas that are presented in the God First process, and it's all Bible, it's 100% Scripture, and you accept it for yourself. I'm telling you what, your spiritual life will go vertical. You know, maybe it's been like this, bumping along. It's been better, and then it gets worse. It gets better, gets worse. But I'm talking about a vertical, like a line that goes up and ascends, because you'll see yourself from God's point of view. When you start to look at you from God's perspective and then treat yourself that way, well, everything changes for you. You'll get rid of guilt, condemnation. You'll come out of legalism. You'll get into grace. You'll get into the love of God. You'll feel the love of God. You'll feel the presence of God. You'll feel the glory of God. You'll feel the power of the Spirit of God. Everything changes for you because of this one simple thing. You start to treat yourself the way God does. And that's what we teach you in the God First process. The other program that we're giving away is the Advanced Build a New Reality course. And the ABNR is came out of the 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone Challenge. And it is powerful. Like, it has modules that you can live in for a month or even 6 months, just working through the content of that one module. You've got worksheets and assessments. There's all kind of tools that we've provided in the Advanced Build a New Reality course to help you to fully frame out your new reality that you can live in. So if you're in a state of struggling financially, this Advanced Build a New Reality can help you frame out a different financial reality in your life. It really can. And it will help you to develop freedom from the past limitations, both in limiting beliefs, the traumas, the pains of the past, and how to reframe some of that. Like, you learn all of it in the ABNR. So it's a very powerful course, and we're going to talk about that during the week as well. Awesome.
What I wanted to say was, if you haven't heard yet, if you've been in other challenges that we've done in the last 3 months, we were, for December and January and February, doing them on a private platform, not on Facebook or YouTube. But we've decided to come back to Facebook and YouTube. So if you feel like, gee, I wish they would continue on Facebook and YouTube, well, you got your wish.
Got your wish.
So when you register, you will be led to joining either Facebook, the Facebook group, which is a private group. You have to put in a member request, but very easy, and or join the unlisted YouTube channel. Now, the YouTube channel is not this YouTube channel that you came in on today. You need to register to be led to the link for the unlisted YouTube channel, because we're trying to keep it, it's not 100% private, but it's not easy to find if you don't have the link. And same with the Facebook is not quite as private, but yeah, you'll be led to that. So
yeah, actually, what I can do is show you what Val is talking about. I'm just going to bring up a screen here. I revamped our landing page for 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone. So if you are here and you put in your name, first and last name, and then the email address, I'm just going to put in, I don't want to do this like that. I'll do our JCH just so I can get to the next.
Lachelle, we used to do the VIP at 5:30 or 5 o'clock Mountain Standard, but we just shifted to 12:30. For 4.5 years, we did it at 5 o'clock. But now we're doing it back to back with the morning session.
Yeah. So you fill in your name, your email, and then you hit reserve my free spot, and it'll bring you to this page. So thanks for signing up. Just one more step and you're done. And then you click here if you want to go to the Facebook page. I haven't registered for or signed up for that. If you want to go to the Facebook page, then you do that, and you then would follow the instructions on that page. Or if you want to watch on YouTube, then you go here, and we've got the copyright terms or the terms of the group, the community rules, and then you just put in your name again, email that you signed up with, and hit I agree, and then that brings you to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Emily, I thought we were going to take away the first name, last name. We don't need that, do we?
For YouTube?
On this particular window? Yeah, we only need the email, really. Because
you can talk about that later.
Yeah. So anyways, this is how you get to the YouTube channel anyway. But that's how you sign up for the 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone challenge. All right. So I think do we have any other questions?
Sherry, sometimes the link, if you're just clicking the link from here, sometimes they don't open up. You might need to copy and paste it into another browser. I'm not sure where when you say your link isn't working, I'm not sure where you're getting it from. Do you have an idea about that, Emily? Or sorry, Sherry is asking, how can I sign up for the prizes? My link isn't working. And I don't know where you're getting the link from, Sherry.
There was a missing link in an email this morning. What we did was it's a whole tech thing. We recreated some emails. Anyway, the link got missed. It will be sent out to you soon. But I will post it in the chat here, and you can also find it if you join on Facebook. You can join it from there. And then on YouTube, there's like a little communities tab somewhere on the YouTube channel that you can click to, and it'll also be listed there. So you can find it. You can also just email me.
Okay, thank you. All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up for today. Thank you all for being here, and look forward to seeing you on the 3-day Build a New Comfort Zone challenge if you're registered, and in the VIP for the extra sessions and the hot seat. It will be a wonderful time of growing together this week, and look forward to hearing your story and hearing what God is doing through your life and working with you on your new reality. All right. So we're going to say goodbye. God bless you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.